Hi, my name is Patrick, and this is Prep Mindful, your daily video practice in mindful test prep. Today we're going to look at an ACT math question. So this was question 14 from test 59F from 2003. Right there, pause it, pause the video. Why not take a crack at it yourself, and then you can unpause the video and watch the explanation. All right, let's dive in. In a bag of 400 jelly beans, 25% of the jelly beans are red in color. If you randomly pick a jelly bean from the bag, what is the probability that the jelly bean picked is not one of the red jelly beans? What's the most important word in this question? Not. No, seriously, it is not, right? Because if we lose track of that word, we're going to get the wrong answer, but we might feel great about whatever we solve for, right? Well, what do we know? We know that 25% of the jelly beans are red in color. So 25% red, and there are 400 in total. How do we find 25% of 400? Well, 25% is 25 over 100. The word of represents multiplication. So 25 over 100 times 400, which we can take out our handy dandy calculators, equals 100. All right, so what did we just solve for? How many red jelly beans we have? 100 red jelly beans. Delicious, unless they're that cinnamon thing. I'm not into it. It's fine if you are, but I don't want my candy to be spicy. Like, sorry. Anyway, so there are 100 red jelly beans. What are they asking us for? What is the probability that the jelly bean picked is not one of the red jelly beans? Well, probability always comes down to the same format, which is desired outcomes over total outcomes. If that language is confusing, you could think about a die, right, from a board game. There are 6 different possible outcomes when you roll a die, 1 through 6, right? So let's say you were playing some game and you had to roll a 5 to land on the right spot. Well, what is the probability of rolling a 5? Desired outcomes over total outcomes. There's only one outcome in which you roll a 5, right? There's only one side that says 5, but there are 6 possible sides that you could roll. So the probability of rolling a 5 would be 1 out of 6. In much the same way that when you flip a coin, the odds of getting heads are 1 out of 2, right? So we want to know desired over total. Desired in this case is not red jelly beans. So we're going to try to find not red over total. Well, we just found out that 100 of the jelly beans are red, which means how many of them are not red? Well, 400 minus 100, so that's 300 of the jelly beans are not red over the total jelly beans, which again was 400. So many jelly beans, so many dental bills. All right, 300 over 400 would be our desired over total. Well, we can simplify that fraction, cross off these zeros, and we're at 3/4. Very cool. Whenever you're faced with a probability question, you want to remember that it's going to fit into the format of desired outcomes over total outcomes. In this case, they told us that 25% of the jelly beans were red, so we actually had to solve for how many red there were and then subtract that from the total to get how many not red there were. And remember, the most important word in the question was not. If we had just been solving for what is the probability of selecting a red jelly bean, then the answer would have been 1/4, but we would have been totally wrong. Very cool. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, subscribe to our channel. My name is Patrick, and this has been Prep Mindful.